You are asked to restrict the domain of the quadratic function and find its inverse, then confirm it using composition. So first of all here, all we need to do for finding the domain that we need to restrict is we're basically just taking the right half of our parabola, because otherwise when we flip the inverse, it doesn't become a function anymore. We're just taking the right half, right? So what happens here is that when I take the right half, I'm just looking for the h value, and I'm saying I'm using all of the x values that are greater than that, or to the right. So in this case, my h value, I don't have one, so I'm just taking everything to the right of 0. So x is greater than or equal to 0. Next, finding the inverse here, all I need to do is to plug in y for x. So I'm basically flipping the y and the x values here to get x equals 15y squared, and then just solving for y. So when I solve here, I'm just going to say it's 1/15 times x as opposed to dividing by 15, and that equals y squared. Now I'm going to take the square root of both sides here. So what I end up getting is f negative 1 of x equals the square root of 1/15 x. Now, all I have to do to find out if this is actually the inverse or not is plug in everything that I just got for that x value in my original function. So instead of saying 15x squared, I'm going to say 15 times all this stuff here squared. So square root of 1/15x. Now, when I square something, when I have a square root here, squaring a square root cancels each other out. So when those cancel each other out, I'm left with 15 times 1/15x. 15 times 1/15 is just 1. So that leaves us with x, which tells me that I'm doing it right. Now, I'm going to also do the opposite, and I'm going to plug in 15x squared back into this here and also try and get x here. So what happens is I get the square root of 1/15 times 15x squared. Now 1/15 times 15 is just 1, so I get the square root of x squared. When I take the square root of a square, it cancels out, and boom, both of them give me x, which means that is actually the inverse.